You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day chiropractic boot camp, California Jam, Move Well University, the Black Diamond Club, Pure Chiro Notes, the Chiro Dex app, Dr. Alok Trivedi, Chiro Spark, Chirogram, Chiropractic Wealth Management, 8 Weeks to Wellness, Integrative Freedom, and Element Mattresses. Let's hustle. Hey guys, Jim Chester here. I got a Sherman Chiropractic College shirt on. They are straight chiropractic college, but today our episode is brought to you by Pure Chiro Notes. And if you guys have a membership style practice and want to have a good, affordable EHR system, reach out to Dwayne and Matt, and they will get you set up on Pure Chiro Notes. But my guest today is somebody that's really awesome. He's been in the industry for quite some time. He's making an impact all across the chiropractic industry. And this is I almost said doctor because you're one step away, but you've made an impact on the chiropractic profession like none other. And I'm just gonna, without further ado, introduce Dave Major, and I'll let him tell you who Dave is. So, Dave, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, my brother from another mother? Woo! All right. Hey, thank you so much for that very generous invitation or promotion, whatever it is. Anyways, I'm all wound up. Most of you, please, I'll tell you in advance, squirrel. I'm ADD, and I won't finish the sentence. So if I don't, write it down and call me later, and I'll tell you what it was. So, anyways, I love to be on this show. My goal is to get more exposed, only because you know as well as I do, I for years and years have traveled the country, educating, motivating doctors, staff, teaching them how to do screenings, marketing, for years and years, over 35 years now. I'm actually 2 million miler. It's like, whoa, 2 million miler.
You're like a Subaru.
I love what I do. I do what I love. I mean, I know a lot of people in the airports say, hey, how's it going? But I do what I love. Chiropractic, I'm going to be real short on this so I can get down to the meat and potatoes. But I wanted to be a pro football player. That didn't work out. I played against Jack Lambert, Nick Saban in college. I was a fullback at Toledo. Injured myself. Was coaching for years. My hand went numb. My best friend wanted an adjustment. I said, you're a quack. What's my hand have to do with my neck? Well, guess what? It does. So they did a needle EMG, which I went, I got that. I was supposed to have surgery. I said, I'll try chiropractic, So I tried it, almost left about the 12th, 13th visit. And my buddy said, keep going, and I'm like, well, how long do you keep going? I'm used to getting a pill, potion, shot, and then everything's okay. And he said, it takes a little bit more time. Well, honestly, Jim, 2 visits later, my life changed. I said, do you have anything for me to do? He says, yeah, spinal screenings. Because he knew I was a talker, as you can tell. So I went down and I go, wait a minute, to the mall, you're going to screen people's spines? How stupid is that? And he goes, well, no, you get on the scale, and if you're 200 pounds, you should be 100. And if your head's this way, shoulders this way. Well, when I walked in, I was like this. And I went, oh my gosh, out on the outside, out on the inside. That's awesome. That's so simple. So now when I went down to do my first screening, I was looking at all these people like getting gas. I paid the guy, and I'm looking at him like this. He goes, you got scoliosis? He goes, how'd you know? I said, your head goes this way, your shoulders this way, your hips this way. That you're out on the outside, you're out on the inside. He goes, wow. So now I'm looking at everybody in a different light. If you ever get a car, say you got a new, who knows, Ford Fusion or whatever, and it's like, there's a Fusion. Everybody's got, a lot of people got Fusions. Well, now that you're made aware of it, you see it. So I'm like, look at the way that guy is dragging his foot. Look at the way his head's forward. And I go down, and I'm a jock. I'm like, hey, how's it going? And the lady looks at me very prim and proper. And I said, look at all these people. Like, this is 1981, okay? I go, man, now here's my concept. Here's my intent. Look how many people we can help. That was my intent, to help people that were like me feel great like me now because of chiropractic care, that I had no clue they did that. She goes, I go, I'm going to get like 35 people signed up. It wasn't like, hey, you'll get $100 for every sign up. And she goes, settle down. I looked at her. I said, settle down. She's telling a jock, a high ADD guy, squirrel, to settle down. I said, do you see what I see? Oh, no, sorry, back up. She goes, I get 3 or 4 on a Saturday. I go, do you see what I see? I see dead people walking. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm like, are you kidding me? Whatever, Walmart shopper. Look in the mirror. You're all screwed up. Well, they just didn't know what we know. So I got 36 signups my very first screening, 1981.
Wow.
I'm like, yeah. And you know what? I didn't know as much as I do today, but they knew, they felt my intent, my energy, my certainty that it can help you if you try it. I didn't say, oh, come on in, they'll change. I said, hey, check it out. A lot of the things I say nowadays, I said way back then. I come home to my wife, I go, I won't be a spinal screener. She goes, a spinal screener? What do you? I go, these people need my help. They need to hear what I know. So my wife's the yin and the yang. We've been married 43 years. I love her. I got 2 beautiful children and I have 7 grandchildren. But anyways, so I took a couple weeks off a month or 2 later and just did chiropractic. I'm on vacation and I'm like, hey, yo, Adrian, hey, I got to do it. I got to do this. And she knows when I get this look in my eye, it's like remember when Sylvester, she was in a coma, the second Rocky 2, didn't want him to fight. And all of a sudden she goes, one more thing, Rocky. He goes, what? Win. And then Mick goes, what are we waiting for? Let's do it. So I'm like, let's do it. So I was all jacked up and I quit my job and just went for it, and then met Patch and Tempo. And if you know, I'm co-developer of the Substation. I did the symmetry chart, the Insight Millennium. I helped develop the spike chart on that. That's my development. And then also Feeling versus Function, my #1 poster. It's in Europe. It's in Spanish, French, Swedish. It's all over the country about pain's a small part. Because I wanted people to educate, because I almost left this close because I didn't know the process of chiropractic, okay? And so by the time you're 18 years old, Jim, you've heard 20,000 hours of drug commercials. 20,000. Who's marketing? They're marketing all the time. But, let's get into marketing. What is marketing? Marketing, the definition is making people aware of your service. Not bad-mouthing the other guy, making people aware, educating them, okay?
Well, before you get too far, Dave, before you get too far on that topic, I have some meat and potatoes that we're going to serve people in the very near future of this interview. And that's how we're going to break down the difference between marketing and selling. And I think that that's something that people are going to really benefit from if they stay with us throughout this Facebook Live interview, because I think that more than anybody that there is a huge distinction between the idea of marketing and being in the marketplace and then selling once you actually have the opportunity to get somebody to sell. So before we do that, you said that you've been in the chiropractic industry for 35 years. It sounds like you have a great track record for success. Let's talk current. I know that I saw some posts recently from you. You were out at a restaurant and you signed up your 2,500th or 2,500 person.
2,500. I was at 2,000. I made a goal. Now I'll say this once. And if anybody's doing those little things there, I want to look cool, so I don't want to wear my glasses. So if anybody's on there, I'll get back with you or whatever. Call me. But anyways, everybody goes like this. Well, how many people you get a year? Well, I don't like to keep numbers. I know numbers are important, but you know as well as I do, we're planting seeds. So I thought, you know what? What the heck? I mean, I started off with a great year last year, and I'm going to go ahead and keep track, kind of. Well, I kept track, and I was my last screening, and I had 2,499 signups. Now, I know out there what people are thinking, well, not everybody shows up. And yeah, but here's the thing. If I sign up 2,500, I talked to over 5,000 people one-on-one, okay? And I'm 63 years old, going to be 64. So anyways, and so I go to this restaurant, and we meet this guy. Long story short, I'm telling him about my goals and stuff. And he goes, and he used to work for somebody. It's a long story. But anyways, he goes, I've been thinking of going to chiropractor. I'm like, you're my 2,500th person. This is awesome. I wanted by the end of the day, I write things down. I pray over it. I say it. I name it. I claim it. And it's going to happen in Jesus' name. And boom, it happened. 2,500. And I get excited, but then I get emotional and almost I break down. I'm very much a crier. So what? And it's a humbling experience. Well, I never want to lose that. I never want to feel small when I stand beside the ocean, because I need to be humbled and know that I am just a servant. I'm planting seeds. God's helping it to grow. You know my seed analogy. Some seeds may grow and others may not, but keep planting seeds is what you taught. You win some, you lose some. You can't refuse them because God is a guardian and he will choose them. So seeds may grow and others may not, but if you ain't planting seeds, brother, you ain't got. Boom, word to your mama. Whoa, yeah. You got issues, I got two.
That was awesome, Dave. That was so cool. So when I meet people, Dave, I tell people I'm the best natural chiropractic marketer screener on planet Earth, except for one person, and it's you. I say that there's one guy out there on planet Earth that's walking around that has the mojo that is like even better than what I do. And I think that the ego set aside, that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on here, because there are people out there that need what you have and what I have.
Mm-hmm.
And the one time I saw you out in Broomfield doing an event, I came and watched you for about 5 minutes. You didn't know really who I was at that point, and I thought I saw you talk about the 3 T's: tough to turn, tight, or something. And I was just
tender, and tough to turn, right?
Yeah, and I was like, this guy can communicate with people. And, the other day I was talking to somebody, I'm like, isn't it like natural for us to communicate with people? Isn't that like the thing that we were like trained to do from the first day we like learned how to talk? Like, it's communication, right? So, but you do have to, you refined it down to a system that helps people, and you do something that's really cool that we call edutaining, like you just did. You entertain while you educate. And I think that that's the thing that puts you heads and shoulders above people. But the question I have for you, how do you keep your lasting energy to do this after 35 years?
Well, that's real simple. I have a purpose. If you go on my website, Dave Major Game Face, it's like empowering lives to impact life. I'm empowering lives. I know that ripple effect. I get very humbled when I meet people like, I thank God I saw you. You changed my life. I know what happens. And not just with the patients, with the chiropractors who actually that don't know how to do a screening effectively. Have me come out. I come and train them. A lot of them don't like doing them, and I'll help train the staff. So it's my purpose. When you have a purpose like swimming downstream, but I get excited because I know this life could be changed. And don't get me crying, but I'm telling you what, it's like if they don't hear the message, they could permanently be disabled or just totally cause thousands of dollars of damage to their bodies and their family and just wreck their whole lives. So, I don't like to think of that all the time, but that's a fact. That if you don't get it checked out, they don't realize what's going to happen down the road. Because you see, that's the other thing that keeps you motivated. I've seen that. I've seen my mother-in-law look at me with dementia, and before she got really bad, saying, I wish I would have listened to you. Because everybody out there knows a true statement. Families are the hardest people to talk to. Okay, it wasn't going to benefit me at all. But out of my 3, my in-laws and my dad, they never listened, but my mom did. All 3 are gone. They had horrible lives, quality of life. My mom is still alive, 88 years old, is a pistol just like me. It's that Polish in us. We're Polish. But anyways, she talks. She's smart as a whip, but one adjustment a month for 35 years. Tell me the longevity doesn't extend life. We say chiropractic adds years to your life and life to years, and my mom's living proof.
That's awesome. Thank you for being so transparent and sharing to people, because I think, most people just don't realize that having one adjustment is kind of like it works. But when you start getting chiropractic long term and you start getting, having mobility in the spinal joints, having direct impact on the nervous system flow, I think that that's the part that most people just can't get their heads wrapped around. Even communicating that to the public, I think that that's such a challenge. But lifetime care is really what we're interested in, right?
Right, exactly. And what happens is I use analogies, a lot of analogies. Hey Jim, you went to the gym one time. Are you going to look like me? No. Muscle has memory. Repetition is key. Chiropractors need to communicate that. I have a beautiful thing with my stress test, the W theory. I have stuff, and a lot of doctors look at me, well, you're not a doctor. Well, I'm telling you what, just like Bill Estep and we know more from the patient point of view. My stress test and my wellness W will double and triple their retention because it tells them the why. No why, no comply. We say, I don't want to just get you well, Jim. I want to keep you well. If they don't know why, then they fall off. and we go talk and talk and talk, and we don't show illustrations, show them how much they past stress, they've developed this unhealthy pattern. We need to break that pattern and build that. I mean, when I go over that, I go, okay, so Jim, you've never been a chiropractor in 20 years, and how long is it going to take us to break the pattern, build health, stabilize it, correct it, and get you back to wellness? They'll say 20 years. I said, no, but 6 months don't sound bad. But they'll say, hey, you say, well, you're near Colorado. Say, okay, Jim, you got to go from Colorado to New York City. And you're like, wait a minute, why do I got this long journey of this chiropractic care or this long journey to New York City? Well, hey, when I established, Jim, I know you were in Pennsylvania, but guess what? For 20 years, your choices have taken you way off course, and it puts the burn back on them like they know, that's why, but they don't know why they're not going to comply.
You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day chiropractic boot camp, California Jam, Move Well University, the Black Diamond Club, Pure Chiro Notes, the Chiro Dex app, Dr. Alok Trivedi, Chiro Spark, Chirogram, Chiropractic Wealth Management, 8 Weeks to Wellness, Integrative Freedom, and Element Mattresses. Let's hustle.
So I understand that because I've done, I did 600 screenings in 36 months, and that's that's a huge undertaking for somebody that go out there and to do that type of work. But let's talk right now about why it's so necessary for people to continue doing chiropractic spinal screenings or chiropractic external events like we do. And everybody's gotten kind of soft. I think they all want to just do it digitally. They want to drive people to landing pages, and they want to, obviously that stuff works too, but why is it so integral to go out to your community and actually market?
Okay, perfect. What's the biggest probably bulk of the people going to chiropractic right now is us, baby boomers. You're 45 to 65, 70. We saw our parents just take pills, potions, and lotions, never go to the gym. The girl the other day at the gym that's helping me from the office goes, girls didn't work out in 1970? I go, no, they didn't. My dad never had a fruit smoothie. It wasn't like it was now. Back then, they go, really? They're kind of shocked. So basically what happens is this. We have, and I agree with you 100%. Please, Jim and I both are not saying the social media stuff, not because we're not good at it, number one. Well, you are, not me. But it's like, it's good, but it's icing on the cake. But here's what's happened about the communication you talked about earlier. We're so into the younger generation, is all into just texting and not calling. I'll freaking call my kids. They won't call. I'll text them, and text me right back. I'm like, hey, what's up with that? But so we're so used to not talking, communicating, and then so they're scared. They're scared to go out there in public. They're scared of rejection. And when you do it the right way, you have fun. Most people that hate screenings have been taught the wrong way. After I do them, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you came out. I heard you're the best. So I thought you'd be bada bing, bada boom, pushy, grabbing. And she goes, you were just loving and just talking just like you. And they feel our heart on our sleeve, and they're attracted to us. So guess what? Just think, if you've been searching it, most people, I don't care who you are, when you see stuff online, but you meet face to face, it's like, oh, okay, I saw you on the website, and now they get to meet you. I'm telling you what, it even worked back in the old days when we had Avo. You send out these Avo postcards, and people say, well, when I did a screening, everybody's like, that's the postcard I keep getting. I really like you. I connected with you. I like to come in. I trust you. They got to trust the messenger before they buy the message. So I think people need to get out there. It still works, number one. People want it more than ever. When I go, get this, Parker College, when they went and did the state fair for years, and I'll get this, 10 days, it'd be a 10-day fair. They'd get 20 or 30 signups at $30 a visit, a sign up. I went there. They hired me. I trained all day at Parker College. I went out there for 2 days. They had shifts of people work with me, and bam, guess what? They're getting 290 to 350 signups now, okay, in 10 days. And Che Tracy, and I got a shout out to him. He's an awesome guy in Texas. He's in a real small town. It's the cutest town. You drive through and you blink one, but he's around on, but yeah, he's a very successful practice, huge practice. Why? He said, you know what? I never forget, you came up to my wife and I at the fair and said, you guys are going to have an awesome practice. And he's like, why would you say that? Because you're good screeners, you're good communicators to these people. So I knew that if you can do a screening and get people in on a screening, it's just not about the screening. It's about inside to educating people. It's very successful practice, has 2 clinics, doing great. And so again, it's part of being out there in the community. And you know as well as I do how many people like, thank God I met you here. I've been looking for somebody, and they run into us. They don't know if you don't show up, if you're not out there, but when you're out there, Danny Knowles does them. Shout out to Danny Knowles. I mean, what's funny, get this, here's a great thing. Very successful practices. Paul Reed, Matt Hubbard, a lot of the greats, Bart Pratchett and all, they're very successful, and they have me out to do external events. Wait, if you're successful and you're busy, you don't need to do it. But they know that's part of being successful, is going out in the community and putting that energy out there. And sometimes you've seen it too. Maybe we'd only sign up 10 that weekend. Guess what? And they say they get 10 a week. They get 30 that week. Where'd the other 10 come from? Because of the energy put out there in the community of talking and putting out and handing out cards and bringing the awareness of who this chiropractor is and and how they can help them.
Yeah, that takes me to that the quote that I think was a Barry Anderson quote, but he said, if you don't close people for chiropractic, you close them for drugs or surgery. And I think that if we think about it on those terms, it's the responsibility. But honestly, Dave, I think that people don't go to chiropractic college and have one class on external marketing. So what would make sense to me is to have all of them contract us to go out there and to train their teams and to teach people how to be chiropractic screeners, marketers, and how to communicate the message to the people that need it. I think that would make a lot of sense because they aren't offering these types of courses to people at school. So when you think about what we have to offer, we have high-level communication tactics that can go in and harvest the community, bring people into the office. And now let's talk about the sell part. What is chiropractic sales? So people now understand what marketing is. That we understand market awareness. We understand the unwavering technique to get out to every event that's humanly possible. And even the greats use it. And then the people that don't like to do them, obviously they didn't go to school to be marketers. So how can we switch? How can we turn the switch on? And how can we teach people that marketing isn't selling, but selling happens once they reach the door?
Okay. Let me, right now I'm going to make a commitment right here so everybody hears it. I'm going to call Guy Reekman right after this, talk to Guy and leave a message and say exactly what you said, because look what it did to Parker College and how it changed them. And people get out, all they do, and they're old timers that are teaching, they go, oh, hand your card out. That's all they do. They don't even know what to say to hand the card out. So again, then they come out, what happens? Then they got to sign up with somebody for, and again, there's a lot of great groups out there that teach you, but they should learn that in school, so I'm going to do that.
They should have us they should have us teaching protocols on how to do external screen events, period.
Well, you know what? If they're not, you and I should come up with something so everybody be looking, a monthly class that you can sign up for very low cost. And those that are already out of school that won't be able to have the opportunity to hear us, that we'll do a class. So please, anybody listening to this, if you like that, contact Jim Chester. And what we'll do is we'll set up a class, and because we want you to be successful. Okay, and so as far as now you said when you go to the door, then that's when I want you to clarify that question. I'm a little confused.
So as soon as people get to the office, that's when the day 1, day 2 process starts. And that's when the chiropractic turns into the sales machine. And I think that most people don't realize that when people actually hit the door, that's when actually everything becomes into the day 1, day 2, or day 3 process, whatever they're teaching people.
Okay, so here's the thing. My terminology is not selling. We never sell, we educate. Patchen Temple and I came up with that years ago, and Chris Kent. We don't sell, we educate. So so let's delineate. Screenings is to educate them about their, number one, they have a need, and what they're doing is not working, whether they're doing something or not. Because I like when they say doing nothing. I say, if you do nothing, what do you get? And they go, nothing. I go, no, if you do nothing, it gets worse. So basically, I'm there to say, You have a problem. Hello, wake up, kind of verbally slap them, and I added something new to my screening form. If anybody wants it, please contact me. He'll give you information. But it's like basically, so we look at the screening form and we're seeing that on there, I kind of lost my thought. Squirrel, I lost my thought. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, what was I saying?
Educating is not selling.
Okay, yeah. So basically what I'm saying is I throw that back in their face and go, so you don't want it to get worse, right? Right. And you don't want to stop your life, right? And these are your fears. Well, if you do nothing, guess what? Those fears will become a reality. So if this is what you fear, make a decision. So again, one of my favorite lines, this is a gem. This is a gem. This is a $10,000 quote. You always say, even in a grocery store, hey, come in office, check it out. You have nothing to lose but your problem. Check it out. You have nothing to lose but your problem. So write that down, take it to the bank. One clinic actually had T-shirts that said, check it out. You have nothing to lose but your problem. Most people are scared to check it out because they think if they check it out, they're going to be, just grabbed in and be a patient. So let's get that. So when they come in, that's when, okay, we made them aware you have a problem. It's not working. Things are still not changing. So if you keep doing what you keep doing, you're going to keep getting what you keep getting. Now, when they come in the clinic, they're there to find out, what my problem is, if I can help, and, what's the cost and time. So now comes a part of saying, okay, yes, we can help you. And that's what we do, and I know you do. We're not going to guarantee when they come in it's chiropractic. We're going to guarantee we're going to find the answer, which they really like. Because sometimes if it's not the answer chiropractic, which we know it's mostly, then, okay, they know that, okay, this guy will refer, or lady will refer me out. So when they come in, this is when you got to have a really good educational process to make them aware that, wow, they're in the right place. They're informed, very educational. Some people just run them through the mill so fast, Jim, that their head's spinning and they don't understand. So they get that resistance. Make sure when they come in, you're educating them properly, making sure they understand, have them have the Socratic way of doing the report, the education, get them involved. Don't just sit there, blah, 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 blah. And because guess what? We do our part. We're out there getting them in. Then you need to do your part in converting them. That's not our jurisdiction. I can help you with that from what I did in owning clinics for years. But that's where you're right. That's where you really got to educate them, take over, look at what we did, and then transform them into a patient, but let them make the choice and not just, diarrhea of the mouth about everything and push them through. The best thing I can say, Jim, is this. I did a blind trust walk. Everyone's ever done a blind trust walk. You close your eyes and someone's guiding you around and you can't open your eyes and you get really scared. You don't know what's happening. And I told them that's what a patient's like. When they come in and they've never been a chiropractor, they're scared. So be sure you connect with them, take them through the process. If you see any hesitation, that's a sign that they don't understand something. Be very clear with them because that might be the only opportunity they have of being converted into chiropractic care. And if you blow it, then they'll say, well, I went, but they didn't. They just kind of went, bam, 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 and I didn't understand, so forget it. You have a very good opportunity. That's why you and I work for good subluxation-based chiropractors that we know, that we trust. One guy, one time, I could tell kind of where he was. I said to him, Jim, I said, I'm sorry, because I interviewed people I don't know. If they've never heard me speak, or been in my program, don't know about me, I go, let me ask you this and this, and I'm asking questions. He goes, oh, well, you're not hiring me. I said, do you think I can honestly, ethically, with 100% look at somebody and say, you need to go see Dr. Paul here because he's really good when I know you're not? So you're not, you just say, come in when it hurts. You'll just go to poke, pop, and pray. No way, Jose, call the dog catcher because I'm off the chain. I'm not taking you. Boom, I'm out of here, It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't want to waste your money. You get yourself right and then come back and see me.
Well, I'm going to give a couple shout outs to people that are on our live stream today. And I know you don't have your glasses on, so I'm going to do that work for you.
Let me. Okay, I'm not that vain.
Okay, so we have Marco Banchio, I believe. He says he left you a nice long comment here below a couple others. He said, yes, school teaches zero marketing. Marketing is getting prospects for your practice. Sales is converting the prospect into a paying patient. And I couldn't agree with him more. We also have Dana Marie, and she goes, "Hey, Dave, long time no see. Dave is the man."
Oh,
Jimmy Lopez, he says, would be great to have offer that training in schools. I love it. Lisa Tacky, she's a student over at McTimony, and she says, yes, all students should be introduced to these strategies. So, Scott Little says 0 classes on marketing and chiropractic school. Tom Potisk, he's with the Gonstead Clinic up there in Mount Horeb, and he says, thanks for your dedication of chiropractic, Dave. John D'Ambrosio, he says, Dave is a master rapper also. So it's cool to throw the shout out. Daniel Bay with Clothes for Chiro says, what's up, Game Face? And Steve Burleson says, Jim, love it. So here we are. We have so many great people that are on our live stream with us. And if anybody does want to know how to do a proper day 1, day 2, reach out to Close for Chiro group. They are awesome. They teach people how to close for cash and how to get people under care the right way, getting the yes with less stress. And I think we gave to our audience quite a bit of information today, Dave.
right.
Is there anything that you'd like to share with them that I haven't asked you?
Well, before I do that, everybody on that's feeling this way, contact your school and tell them about us. Say, hey, I have a recommendation. The more people that call there, and give a shout out to say we need to do this. I actually had people Northwest during the years ago had college in Minneapolis. I had to sneak in and do a talk to help them. It's crazy. So if you're out there, put a shout out to everybody. The other thing is too, I want to. Those that need help, please reach out to me. Here's a cool thing to do, Jim. A lot of people say in Austin, there'll be 5 or 6 clinics that want me, bring me in together for a whole day of role playing and stuff. I mean, it's a great thing, and make this year a successful year. Just think if you can get, 10 more new patients at a screening, or even more referrals, it's worth it. So try to band together with a bunch of people to bring me out. The one thing I just love to say is this, is somebody asked me, well, how long are you going to do this? When are you going to retire? It's like, you know what? We're saving lives. I mean, how can you even think of retiring? I spoke for Dell Corporation. I could make 5 times what I make in a day speaking in corporations. I don't choose to do it. Why? Because I love chiropractic. I love chiropractors. Pat and Chris gave me the HDC. I'm an honorary doctor of chiropractic for what I did. And you know what? Reggie told me a long time ago, why don't you be a chiropractor? And then after he heard me speak, he says, I know why. You can impact more chiropractors by what you do. So, I know that a lot of you are scared out there. I know a lot of you don't know how to close the deal at a screening. I definitely can help you. I want to help you. Even if you want to just call and request some stuff, I'm not the kind that I'm going to charge you for every little bit. I love to give. Given you shall receive. Seeking you shall find. Knock, the door will be open unto you. God has blessed me with a wonderful ability, wonderful friends like you, Jim. And we want to help the profession. But a lot of times, because I don't do Total Solution anymore, I did it for like almost 20 years with 7,000 people. I'm not out there a lot because I'm all busy. But this year, I'm making it a point to get out there more. Some people don't know about me, and they're like, wow, this is a great service. I didn't know you even existed, okay? So I would love to help you. Why? Because I love chiropractic. I love you chiropractors out there, and I want to bless you, and I want to serve you, and I want to help you grow abundantly this year. Don't hesitate. If you want something and want more in your practice and you need more, please take action. Knowledge isn't power. Just because you learned, this is my pet peeve, and I'll leave with this. Knowledge isn't power. It's potential power. Wisdom is knowledge rightly applied. The application of this knowledge that you hear today will come to fruition and make an impact in your life. So again, you need to take action, and that's the wise person, not just go, oh, that was so good. Well, what are you doing with it? You need to implement this information into your practice. If you need me, call me. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no river. No, I'm saying, from you. All right. Anyways, I'm crazy. Call AT&T because I'm off the hook. But anyways, I love you. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too annoying to be disappointed. Please keep on keeping what you're doing. If you don't need it, fine. If you need prayer, call me. I'll pray for you, whatever. But I love all those requests, those shout outs and shout backs to us. And I love Jim Chester for what he does. And you're going to see a lot more of Jim Chester and I because we're on a mission. I can't see. Sorry, I'm on a mission, and I'm wishing somebody could carry a load and condition. Look for love in all the wrong places. No fine girls, just like no. Okay. Anyways, we're on a mission this year to take it to a whole new level and keep doing your social media. But you're missing a big part of the puzzle if you don't call us. Word, I'm out. Peace. Drop the mic. Let's see. Drop the water bottle. Boom. Ready? Boom. Oh, and remember, before we leave, we got to do my 1, 2, 3. Game face shout out. So finish up and then we'll do game face.
Right on. So everybody that was out there on our live feed with us today, what's Dave's number? Scott Little says.
330-819-7254. That's my cell. Sorry. Oops, excuse me. And my email and website similar. My website is Dave Major, Mager. It's like ager major. Dave Mager Game Face, all one word. Dave Major Game Face at Gmail. My website is DaveMajorGameFace.com. That's where you find my posters, my products and stuff. But give me a shout out. I'll give you my screening form, my scripts, all free, no charge, and to help you. But give me a call, give me a holler, I'll give you $1.
So thanks again, Dave, for being our guest today. I think that people got a wealth of knowledge from you. And I also offer that hand of trust. If you guys do need somebody to help you with your marketing strategies, that if Dave's plate is too full and he's too busy, reach out to me and I'd be happy to help you as well. There is definitely some secret sauce that we both have, and we both have a strategy to get your guys' clinics up and running at a fast pace and to actually give you a chance to have more substance in your life and to have a better influence in your community. And I think that that's the point that Dave and I both bring to the table. We are non-DCs, but we definitely wave the flag proudly, and we definitely bring people in off the streets. And we're dangerous in a grocery store. Get us in a grocery store, we walk around, we'll have the whole place under care.
Exactly. You know what? A lot of people don't realize I go out to companies, I knock on doors. I got into Frito-Lay. We did 2-day screening in the break room. We got 80 new patients. So I'll go out and knock on the door. I'm Dave Major, wellness educator for 30 years. I'll go out and get your places set up if you need it. So will you. And I'll educate the staff, associate doctors that are in there that you're saying, get your butt out there. We need you to build your practice up. I'll come out. I'll take them by the hand. I did that with Danny Knowles' associate, and go out and make the cold calls. Those are always the toughest thing to do, but to me, they're not tough at all. So there's a lot we can do. Give us a shout. So on the count of 3, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go game face. And you out there with me that done Total Solution or ever see me do this, let's all do it together. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to shout game face. So get your head in the game for 2018 and game face on. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Game face.
Oh, come on. No, one more time. More intense. 1, 2, 3. Game face. There you go. There you go. You look like yeah. Come on, you gotta get.
Well, this episode is brought to you by Pure Chiro Notes. Get a hold of Dwayne or Matt if you guys would like to have a good EHR that treats you right with your membership practice. That's very effective for keeping a good flow in your office and getting people on the books and keeping them on the books. So, Dave, thank you so much, man. I know Ohio is a better place for you living there, and Colorado is a better place for me living here. But if you guys need us to come anywhere in the world, reach out to us and we'll come out there and make a difference for your clinic and your community. Adios.
Adios. Boom.
Thank you for listening to Chiro Hustle Live. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week to continue hustling.